DorderCon 7 2024. Sitting here with Ryan Jaime of Enerflo. Catch me up. What's going on?
What do you want to know?
I know it's a really broad question to start a podcast, but tell me about Enerflo. What are we looking at?
Yeah, so
for 2024.
Been here now at Enerflo for 4 months. Obviously, my background is in sales.
Yeah.
So being in Enerflo is heavy business development. And the thing about business development is biz dev, nothing moves less than 3 months. So you don't realize your wins for 3, 6,
Right.
9 months.
Right.
So 4 months in, catching some momentum. I think the biggest thing is, Enerflo obviously is a product that is Lead-to-PTO, pulls all the other softwares together, one single sign-on, and allows you to have transparency through the entire sales process, right? So having a blast. It's been awesome. They really took a lot to get my co-founders to want to come to this event.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Yeah. Well, and if you think about it, as it pertains to D2D Con, I think of the guys that are in the industry, and Sam has been such a freaking he's been such a driver in this space. People either feel amazing about it or they feel threatened by it. And I think sometimes groups and companies feel threatened by it.
Sure.
But when I help my company understand is that if you can win the hearts of the sales, then you can win the EPCs.
Totally, yeah. It's funny how sales tends to drive everything, right? Culture, the company, how big it can grow. It's all driven by that. And if you cater to those sales reps and give them the tools that they need to be successful, it's a beautiful thing happens for businesses.
Yeah, well, I think also if you really think about it, Clint, you have these companies and all these people come out, and we sell all of these COOs on Enerflo, all the operation managers. Well, at some point in that conversation, those COOs are going to go and ask the sales guys, hey, what do you think about Enerflo? Now, here's what's funny. 75% of those sales reps have never even used Enerflo, but if they've never heard of it,
right,
they don't like it.
Oh, interesting.
So if they can come to D2D Con and be like, oh yeah, Enerflo, the guys with the trailer and the setup and the solar panels on top, it's so stupid, it really works.
Yeah. I've heard nothing but good things, and I think you're right. It's interesting, too, because we see a lot of door-to-door reps come through, not just business owners come to door, like everything. We have everything from your entry-level sales rep looking for help to, your CEOs of massive, even publicly traded companies come to this, right?
Yep.
And so it's really interesting when they come in and they go, wow, I've never even heard of Enerflo, and I'm like, wow, you work in solar, how do you not know, right? So it's interesting what exposure, Door-to-Door Con. Speaking of which, did you come to Door-to-Door Con 1? Did you come to that? You remember Door-to-Door Con 7 years ago?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you. Well, I did, and I'm telling you, this is incredible what Sam's done. The exposure and bringing the whole community of door-to-door together in one place has been it's been really fun to see this Door-to-Door Con grow, and companies like Enerflo get a platform to really get their word out, where you can come up, talk to these companies and really find out what they're all about instead of hearing from some third party that you really don't even trust anyway, right?
Yeah. Do you remember Door-to-Door One?
I do.
What was it like? I honestly was not even there.
Yeah. So it was a smaller venue, as you can imagine. It's brand new. I remember when it was announced, I was like, wow, how is this going to go down? You got all these competing door-to-door companies, and it's interesting how without Sam really having the vision to do it, none of this would have been possible. And the fact that it's been around for 7 years and been wildly successful, it's pretty impressive. I'm very impressed that industries that can compete so much together can come and break bread together and exchange ideas and even have their people train other groups of people. It's been really fun.
Well, and Clint, I was probably the most resistant when this was started.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been in closed sales ecosystems.
Yeah.
And if you're in a closed sales ecosystem, it's really hard to say, hey, I'm going to expose my reps to open sales training and open sales ecosystems. But, as the industry evolves, I've evolved, I've grown up, and now I totally see the vision, obviously. Unfortunately, I saw the vision years after everybody else did. but I've been here and supported probably the last 5 or 6.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, isn't it fun to just walk around and it's like all these people you've met over the years and grown up with and see what they're up to and see what they're all about. I've reconnected with so many people here that otherwise I don't know if I'd ever see them again in my life. You know what I mean? Maybe on Facebook, maybe not. A lot of them aren't even on social media. So that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
As you've walked around, have you not said to yourself, and I don't want to be self-aggrandizing, but have you not said to yourself, damn, I'm really happy I've been good to people?
Yes, I can't agree with that more. Like it's fun because we do, we compete against each other, but at the end of the day, this industry is so small.
It is
so small, relatively speaking, and so do good business. You never know.
It's been nice. I'm not going to say I've never had ever a bad run-in.
Right, it's
but I'm saying
part of the biz.
Overall, I walk around, see all the old players, all the OGs. Yeah. I'm like, it's good to see Dan Dunn. It's good to see Chris Burgess. Good to see Clint Cushing. Good to see Jeff Mendez.
Yeah, I saw Jeff here yesterday.
I mean, who else? I saw Mendez, Cushing, Burgess, Dan Dunn,
all
Clint
the names.
Root, Casey Mosier.
Yeah.
Who else?
Oh man, there's like too many to name right now.
Give me a couple of your favorites.
Fun
Anthony
catching up. So I run into Jeff Mendez every once in a while. I say we're neighbors. We live, in the same relative area, so we run into each other. But it's fun to see him out and about. I get to see him every once in a while. He ran in. I had a great 30-minute conversation with him, catching up. Yesterday that was a lot of fun. Elsewhere, I don't know that would have happened. We're both so busy, right?
Yep.
But saw Nick Elison, saw Chris Kennedy from Perfect Vision. I haven't talked to him since he was handing out TVs and everything in Dallas when we had a big rah thing. So. A lot of industry names out here, and if you've never been to Door to Door Con, you've got to come check it out. You'll be surprised.
It's crazy. Last night I had dinner with Adam Chance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. And it's like, I mean, the list for me. I mean, Joey Loba. I mean, the list for me. Jake Oliverson.
Wait, Joey Loba's here?
Joey Loba's here. Mike Hackett, who started Qualsys.
Oh, wow.
Like, I mean,
yeah, it's crazy. Like I literally have been here every waking second of Door to Door Con. I haven't even seen half the names you just mentioned.
I finally saw Sam this morning.
Oh yeah,
he's like an enigma. I swear he walks through walls.
Yeah, that's crazy. By the way, before I forget, I had dinner at your restaurant, Lola, 9th and 9th in Salt Lake.
Let's go.
Dude, I'm not. We're friends, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying this because we're friends. Like that food was unreal.
Thank you.
I had the what do they call that? Carne asada burrito.
Carne asada open face burrito.
So it's like a Mexican restaurant, right?
Yep.
But it doesn't really. It's not Mexican.
It's a fusion.
It's
a fusion.
Okay, it's a fusion. I'm not in the industry, so I don't know that. But man, I was like, I'm trying to have a business meeting, right? And all I'm thinking about is, I gotta get more of this steak, or whatever that was. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good. So props to you. That's a lot of fun. I'm sure there's a lot of challenges. You know what's cool, and the reason why I bring that up is it's like. We've known each other for a few years. You were pretty far into your door-to-door career, as was I when we met, right?
Yeah.
And so it's fun to see guys get in. We all get into this industry bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. We're going to go sell the most amount of accounts, as a rookie or whatever. But it's fun to see guys actually stick with it, become good at it, and become masters at this profession, right? And then actually be able to use that as a stepping stone into other things. I'm seeing you do great things. Now you're working with Enerflo and the software sales, you know. They're doing great things over there, but you're also a business owner on a restaurant, which is completely unrelated, yet you wouldn't have that opportunity. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, unless you came from a lot of money that I don't know about. You wouldn't even have that opportunity had it not been for door-to-door.
No, I tell people all the time, I feel like in my life right now, I'm playing with house money. Meaning like no one in my, my mom and dad didn't graduate from college. Like everything, my education has all come from our direct sales industry. Yeah. And it's like everything that I'm able to do has stemmed from this industry. And I have immense gratitude. I'm excited for SolarCon. Yeah. I'm looking forward to April. Yeah. Because this is where we reconnect and build networks. And you're right. All the good, so much of the good that's come in my life has come because of what we've learned in this industry. And it continues to bless my life as I know it does yours. Yeah, so you're heavily involved in solar, but you haven't just been working solar. You worked in alarms. You started out selling telecom, started selling our Dish Network, right? Yep. Am I right? Love selling satellite. From Michigan. A lot of people think that you're from Utah, just so you know that. That's the rumor. Maybe I will. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah. You represent it well, but and you live in Utah and everything like that, but you're actually from Michigan. Yeah. So talk about a little bit about that. First of all, Let's go, Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Let's go.
I'm pulling for him, by the way. I'm not a
go.
Detroit. I'm not like you. I'm not a Detroit guy, but this go around, they're
come
fun
on,
to watch,
let's get that
man.
dub.
They're fun to watch.
From Michigan, born and raised. You know, my dad was a General Motors. You know, Michigan's known for the car industry in the 80s.
Yeah.
So my dad was a 40-year General Motors assembly line, guy. Very blue collar. My mom was a cosmetologist, so it's like, these are hardworking humans.
Yeah.
And when I got into this industry, I really resonated with the hustle it took to make the money. But all my family still lives in Michigan. I do have a sister that lives here. It
gets wild here.
It gets
I'm just
wild
telling you, yesterday I had to stop the podcast because I couldn't even think. I'm like, anyway.
My sister Andrea, even she lives here.
Yeah.
But I'm a Michigan boy. Yesterday I was rocking my Detroit coat. Today I
Nice.
rocked my Utah coat just to show love for both. But I think if you're from Michigan and then you move to Utah, it's important for your business that you adopt.
Yeah.
You adapt to your new world and your new city, your new state, so that you're pushing and driving revenue. So, but I love Michigan. My family's there. That will always be home to me.
Sure.
But this has become a second home.
Yeah, for sure. That's fun. So I want to talk about. I want you to pull out your crystal ball.
Okay.
I want you to tell us the future of solar. What's going on?
Okay.
What are you seeing? Because I feel like you've got a little bit more of a unique perspective. If I was working for XYZ solar company, right? That's my perspective. That's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm seeing. You work with so many solar companies, right? What are you seeing in the solar industry? What's your predictions for 2024?
The truth of the matter is, I really do have night vision right now. I'm not, I don't just say that. I'm happy you asked me this question. I didn't ask you to ask me this question.
That's right.
But the truth is right now at Enerflo, because we transact 4 billion solar jobs a year on the platform, the finance companies that want to be in finance, the TPO companies that want to be in TPO, they come to us because they know that we're a highway that has so many vehicles driving on it. So these finance companies are coming to us 6, 8, 10, 12, 24 months before they launch. Amazon is getting in the game.
I've heard of them.
Yep.
I've
Big
heard
company.
of Amazon.
Yeah, it's, big company. Amazon's getting in the game. We are literally building out TPO products and platforms for the people. TPO's third-party offerings, lease products. Right. We're seeing. We're partnered today with Lion Battery.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear a lot about Lion Battery.
They're located in Salt Lake off I-15.
Yep.
Or not Salt Lake. I'm sorry, Lehigh.
In Lehigh.
Lehigh.
Off I-15. Them and Tesla, believe it or not, actually stay really close, the engineers, to each other.
Okay.
And they kind of like are frenemies and watch each other to see where they're getting. Nobody knows this, but Lion quietly does $100 million a year in revenue off of portable batteries. Wow. And they just launched the Sanctuary product that is the home battery.
Wow.
So these guys are the real deal, and I'm excited about them.
Batteries it's interesting just watching, batteries evolve, cell phones and everything. The battery technology is getting so good. Like, that is our future. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. And I used to think it was about clean energy versus dirty energy. It's not. It's about all of this energy that's on the grid that's got to be moved off the grid. These EVs, these electric vehicles, are the equivalent to having 10 power walls on your garage. So just an electric vehicle has the equivalent of like 10 batteries. So the ability to have your wall of batteries in your garage, transferring energy back and forth between your EV, bidirectional charger, and then charging your home, that's called a virtual power plant. Pulling all that power off the grid and having the home, the EV, and the batteries on the wall. Yeah. That is my passion. I'm lighting up right now.
Yeah, I can tell.
Because I feel passionate about all of us as homeowners truly being able to be off the grid. Oh,
that's cool.
Yep.
So let's talk about Enerflo real quick too, because Enerflo is primarily a solar product. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes. It is a solar platform. That is correct.
Nice.
Yep.
And what are some of the benefits, or when you bring somebody into the Enerflo family, start doing business with them? What are some of the what can you expect to get from Enerflo that sets it apart?
I'm going to explain this in the easiest way possible because it's not the easiest to explain. But 4 months working here, I feel like I really understand our value proposition. Enerflo, what makes Enerflo great is in a world where you have a solar industry that is so volatile, Enerflo is able to have multiple finance partners, multiple installers on one platform that gives you, the solar owner, complete agility. You have a finance partner that's run out of money, call Enerflo, hey, switch me over to this platform, this platform. Our job is to go integrate with all the best TPO products, all the best loan products, all the best battery products, all the best smart home products, so that you guys can have optionality. Okay, I want you to think about those days when you and I were in alarms.
Yep.
And I get a call from you that said, oh, hey, bad news, Bank of America is pulling out because Monotronics is going bankrupt, so they're pulling out our funding. And like 8 companies in the state of Utah go out of business that day because Bank of America decides they don't want to play in this space anymore. Right. The days of that are gone, right? If you're Freedom and you only work directly with Mosaic, that makes me nervous. If you are Sunder and you only work with Freedom as an installer, that makes me nervous. Enerflo is the ultimate steering wheel for sales reps to allow them to have complete optionality and never be stuck with one finance partner or one install.
Nice.
Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. That's really interesting. Yeah,
and we're hated for that, Clint.
I can see that, and I can see why that would be. But you know what? It's an industry disruptor right now going on, and I'm starting to hear more and more Enerflo. Like we're hearing about it. And it looks like it's here to stay. So.
And look, Good Leap. I love those guys. Still don't want people to be exclusive. Same thing with Mosaic. Same thing with LightReach. Like, hey, why don't we have an integration with all these companies and allow the best prices, service to the customer to win? That's how the customer wins.
And that's the way it should be, right? Customer first, right?
Customer first.
Absolutely. If you can take care of the customer, the rest takes care of itself.
And I got to give it to my co-founders. They really do play Switzerland. They really do. They do not. They're like, hey, listen, they tell me when I go out to the marketplace, it's actually been hard for me. They've said, Jaime, focus on tier 1 integrations. Sell the integration, don't sell the product. Because if the integration is good, the rep will have a great experience. If the rep has a good experience, the customer will. If the customer will lower the cost of solar.
Nice. No, I can tell you're really excited about it. And it's exciting to watch Enerflo. We're cheering for you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Last question.
Yes.
Lions, 49ers, happening this weekend. What's the score?
Okay, I'm going to give it to you right now.
Okay, here it is.
The Lions are going to win 31-27.
31-27.
Yes. The Lions are going to beat the 49ers.
Detroit.
And then the Lions and then from there they're going to go on to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
And they're going to lose by 35 to the Ravens.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it.
And I'm from Detroit. I'm a Lions fan, okay?
All right. Well,
unless Bailey Sanders is coming out of retirement.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of predictions going on.